Hey guys, I'm shooting another video and this time it's going to be all about buying used cars with cash. And in addition to that, I'm going to talk about all the pitfalls that dealers don't want you to know and exactly how to navigate them. I'm going to get into much more detail on this throughout the course of this video. So if you guys are new here, definitely check out the rest of my content, subscribe, like to this video, and if you guys are returning viewers, then thank you guys for watching my content. But it is so hot in this car right now, and I absolutely need to turn on the AC and start this video up. So without further ado, let's get to it. I was wondering if you guys are open today.
No, not today. We're closed for the holiday.
Alright, so I had so many plans today, but I totally forgot it's Memorial Day. I was going to make this whole cinematic video, but whatever, that doesn't matter. I'm going to give you guys the information because that's why you're here. So I'm making this video mainly because I just finished paying off my car, which is a 2007 Honda Fit Sport. Generally, when you go to a dealership, you have one of two options. So you can finance your vehicle or you can pay it with cash. I did have enough money to pay it with cash, but I chose to finance it. And you guys are probably wondering, how the hell do you make money even though you're financing your vehicle? And I'm going to get to that later on in this video. But first of all, I'm going to tell you guys about all the little tricks that dealers and salespeople use to get more money out of you. So I bought my car from CarMax. Yes, I know, bad idea. You're probably paying a lot more for your car through CarMax than anywhere else. I just moved to a new city. I needed something ASAP to get me around, and I needed something that I could pay off quickly, right? And it was around about the price between $6,000 to $7,000. And I'm gonna give you guys all the numbers, or at least most of them, so you guys can have a better idea of how things work. And I could have paid that off in cash at once and gotten over it. But I realized, and it could be the case that it's maybe different in different states, but when you're paying with cash, they actually make you pay like a $700 or so, or even more in some cases, dollar fee up front, because they're trying to dissuade you from using cash and they want you to finance. Why do they want you to finance? Because that's how they make a lot of their money. If you're buying a car with cash or you're financing a car, let me know in the comments below. And I'm actually going to give you guys some pointers because I feel like, going off my experience, I don't mind giving out as much help as I can. So in my case, I got my car for around about $6,000 to $7,000. Let's just go with $6,000, right? I got my car for $6,000, and I would have had to pay right around $700 if I was to go with full-on cash. But I figured I could do something which would make much more sense, which is exactly how I ended up making money, right? So I took the $6,000 and I instead financed my vehicle. And so with that $6,000 that I had that I would have paid, I instead invested it and I put it in a savings account. So let's say I put $3,000 in my savings account where I got about 2.2% interest, and I invested the rest into stocks. So what that allowed me to do, and what I did, is I took money from my savings account and paid it off monthly. But I'm still earning an interest off of the money that I have there. And even more so, it's even accelerated in investing because, of course, investing is a little bit more volatile than a savings account because, I mean, of course, stocks could go up, stocks could go down. But you can alleviate that by investing in stocks that are pretty stable, which is exactly what I did. So even though I was paying for my vehicle and withdrawing money monthly, by the time I ended up paying my vehicle, I actually had made a good bit more money than I would have if I just bought it for cash. So I'm gonna get back to myself, of course, but you guys are here to find out what you guys can do. As far as the people who are paying with cash, one thing you don't want to do is to go into the dealership and say that up front, because they're probably likely to want to tack on a bunch of fees. Because when you think about it, you have all kinds of protection, you have all sorts of coverages that they tend to tack on. So even though I was paying $150 per month, they tried to tack on so many different coverages and so on, because what they try to do is they try to make you think in monthly payments. So rather than think about, okay, I'm paying $6,000 and then this percentage interest because I'm, of course, financing my vehicle, what they try to get you to think is in months. So they're like, okay, 150 isn't that bad. So how about we add on this protection, which is like $20, or like this other protection, which is $30. And so you're like, oh, that's just $50, but that $50 times 12 is $600, and then $600, let's say you're financing it for 4 years. That's $2,400 that they've just made off of you, because you think they're doing things in your best interest as the buyer, not knowing that they're actually trying to essentially scam you out of money. If you guys are still with me, let me know in the comments below. I feel like I've explained a bunch. On the other hand, if you're buying your car with cash and they can't make all that money off of you when you're financing it, they're gonna try and tack on this huge sum right up front. But if you're paying for your car with cash, do not be afraid to walk away. And in the same way, if you're financing, also don't be afraid to walk away. Because especially when they realize that you don't need them and they need you to make money, that's when they start cutting back on all the random coverages. And so in my case, I of course shopped around, and there are people who were like tacking on all these crazy coverages that I didn't need. Of course, I went with CarMax, which again, I mean, wasn't the smartest thing at the time, but of course you learn as you go on. But essentially, to sum up this video, because I'll try to keep it very concise and straight to the point, if you're paying for your car with cash and if you're financing, first and foremost, do not be afraid to walk away. If it's a deal that you're not into and they're charging you way too much, don't be afraid to walk away, because honestly, 9 out of 10 times they're going to come back and be like, hey, we can cut back on this price and we can cut back on that price. So definitely, again, don't be afraid to walk away. Tip number 2 is, if you were planning on paying with cash, don't be afraid to also finance a vehicle and invest all that money that you would have paid, because in the long run, you're probably more likely to make money from that. So even after you're done financing your vehicles, you still have money that you have from your savings or your investments that you can use for other things. So hopefully that was helpful to someone, because I'm trying to make it as straight to the point as possible. So if you guys enjoyed this, if these tips were helpful, let me know in the comments below. Again, if you liked the video, subscribe, like, share, and once again, I'll catch you guys in the next video.